This video is about she was a rogue mother and the alpha claimed her child. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. She was a rogue mother and the alpha claimed her child. The moon hung high in the velvet sky, casting silver beams through the thick canopy of leaves. The cool night air whispered stories of ancient magic, and the dense forest was alive with the rustling of unseen creatures. Within this realm of shadows and light, a rogue wolf named Kayla darted through the underbrush, her heart pounding in sync with the rhythmic thud of her feet. Kayla was not just any rogue, she was a mother, fiercely protective of her young son, Oliver. He was the light of her life, a boy with unruly curls and eyes that sparkled like emeralds. But there was danger lurking in their very existence. Rogues were haunted, and their kind was seen as a blight on the hierarchy of werewolf society. "Stay close, Oliver," she urged, glancing over her shoulder. She could feel the weight of the world pressing down on her shoulders, the fear of being caught looming like a dark cloud. "Mom, I hear them," he whispered, his voice trembling with excitement and fear. She halted, straining her senses. The howling of a nearby pack echoed through the forest, full, deep, commanding. The Silver Moon Pack, renowned for its strong alpha, Ryder. Kayla's heart clenched at the thought of Ryder. He was a legend, a fierce protector of his own, and she had once been part of that world before her life had spiraled into chaos. "Run," she ordered, pushing Oliver ahead. But the boy hesitated, his innocent heart unable to grasp the full extent of their peril. "Mom, I want to stay with you." "No, you have to go." Kayla's voice broke, her instinct as a mother taking over. She knew that if the pack found them, Oliver would be taken. She wouldn't let that happen. Her instincts were sharp, honed from years of survival. Kayla turned, placing herself between her son and the sounds of the approaching pack. They would have to go through her first. Then, as if summoned by the tension in the air, a deep voice reverberated through the trees. "Kayla." It was Ryder. She swallowed hard, recognizing the weight of his presence. "What do you want, Alpha?" she spat, her voice steady despite the fear clawing at her insides. "I want what is best for my pack," he replied, his tone authoritative yet laced with something softer beneath. "And I want to help your son." "Help? By taking him from me?" She could see him now, towering and powerful, the moonlight highlighting the chiseled features of his face. His dark hair framed piercing blue eyes that seemed to see right through her. Ryder stepped closer, his expression unreadable. "I know he has not undergone his first shift. If he stays with you, he may never find his place. I can teach him." Kayla's heart waged war against her mind. This was Ryder, the man who had once ignited a spark of forbidden love within her. "You think I'd hand over my son to a pack?" she hissed, every instinct screaming against the notion. "Kayla, think," he snapped, frustration flashing in his eyes. "You're a rogue. Your way of life is dangerous for him. I can protect him. I can give him a future." "Your future is not mine to decide." Her voice cracked, tears of anger pooling in her eyes. "He is my son." "Then prove it." Ryder challenged, stepping closer until their breaths mingled in the cool night air. "Let him have a choice to know who he is, to become a wolf among wolves." A silence fell between them, thick with unspoken memories. The night they shared stolen kisses beneath the stars, the laughter that echoed through the woods, and the weighty decisions that had driven them apart. "I would never put him in danger, Ryder," she said softly, her heart aching at the thought of losing him. "You don't understand what it means to be a rogue. I know what it means to protect those we love." He took a step closer, the scent of pine and earth enveloping her. "You were never meant to walk this path alone." "Then why did you leave me?" Her voice trembled, betraying the vulnerability she had long buried. "I had no choice," he replied, his voice dropping to a whisper. "My pack needed me. I thought he could have a different life, a safer one." Kayla shook her head, feeling the weight of betrayal heavy on her heart. "Don't you dare pretend to want what is best for me after abandoning me. You don't get to decide my fate or my son's." "Then let me show him what it means to belong. A rogue's life is not a life for him." His gaze intensified, pleading and filled with raw emotion. "I love you, Kayla. I've always loved you." The confession hung between them, thick and palpable. Kayla's heart raced in her chest, torn between the man she had loved and the fierce protector she had become. "And what does that love mean for us now?" "It means I will fight for you both," he declared, a fierce determination shining in his eyes. "But you must trust me." "Trust is a fragile thing, Alpha." Her voice wavered. "What if it breaks?" "Then I will mend it," he promised, reaching out, his fingers brushing against hers. Time slowed as warmth spread through her veins. Let me try, for Oliver. Kayla searched his eyes, searching for sincerity. The pack would be relentless, and Ryder's position as alpha left no room for mistakes. Should she let her son in the hands of the very pack that had shunned her? Oliver's small voice broke through her thoughts. Mom, what does this mean? Kayla turned to her son, seeing the eager sparkle in his eyes, a glimmer of hope she'd long tried to extinguish. Could she really offer him a chance at belonging? Was it worth risking her heart again? With a deep breath, she whispered, "It means we might have to trust him, Oliver. It means we might have a chance." Ryder's expression softened, a mix of relief and resolve washing over his features. Then let us take that chance together. I will show you both what it means to be family. As Kayla looked at Ryder, the memories of love and longing flooded her mind. She couldn't ignore their bond, a connection that stretched beyond the confines of their world. But as the howls in the distance drew nearer, a darkness loomed. She had to protect her son, even if it meant facing the demons of her past. Let us go, she said finally, her heart pounding with uncertainty. Together, they stepped into the unknown, ready to face whatever destiny awaited them. Hush, 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 she was a rogue mother, and the alpha claimed her child part two. Kayla's heart raced as she led Ryder and Oliver deeper into the forest. The moonlight painted silver patterns on the ground, illuminating their path but shadowing her thoughts. Are you sure about this? She whispered to Ryder, her voice tremulous. I won't let anything happen to you or Oliver, he replied, his voice steady and resolute. But the shadows cast by the looming trees seemed to carry whispers of doubt. Oliver tugged at her hand, his innocent excitement shimmering like starlight. Mom, can we see the silver moon pack? Will I get to run with other wolves? His eyes sparkled with anticipation, and Kayla felt a pang in her chest. How could she crush that hope? Let us take it one step at a time, darling, she said softly, kneeling to meet his gaze. Promise me you'll stay close. I promise, he beamed, his spirit unbroken by the weight of the world. They moved in silence, Kayla's mind racing with memories of her past with Ryder. Each step felt like a journey through the labyrinth of emotions she thought she had buried. As they approached the edge of the Silver Moon territory, the air thickened with the scent of pine and earth, strong and familiar. A flicker of unease settled in her stomach. We should be careful, she warned, glancing at Ryder. They might not welcome us. But Ryder as the alpha, Oliver chimed in, confidence shining through his words. Being alpha doesn't shield you from rejection, Kayla murmured, her heart heavy. They stepped into the clearing, where the moonlight poured like liquid silver over a dozen wolves gathered in a semicircle, their eyes fixed on the unexpected trio. Alpha, one of the pack members, a gray-furred wolf named Jackson, stepped forward, his stance rigid. What brings you here with a rogue and her pup? Ryder's posture shifted, his presence becoming more commanding. Ivy brought them for protection. Kayla and Oliver are under my care now. The pack murmured, tension rippling through the air. Kayla's heart raced as eyes narrowed, suspicion gleaming like sharp blades. You are risking our safety, Ryder, Jackson challenged, his growl low and threatening. Rogues are dangerous, they can turn on us at any moment. Kayla stepped forward, her instincts flaring. I am not your enemy. Ivy fought for my son's life every day. Don't mistake my circumstance for weakness. Enough, Ryder interjected, his voice firm. You will respect my decisions. This is a new beginning for Oliver. He deserves the chance to belong. The pack fell silent, but uncertainty lingered like fog. Kayla felt the weight of their judgment bearing down on her. What if they shun us? She whispered to Ryder, fear creeping into her voice. They won't, he replied, his fingers brushing hers subtly, igniting a warmth that sent shivers down her spine. I'll make them understand. But Jackson stepped forward again, his expression darkening. And if they don't, you cannot force loyalty, Alpha. Then I'll earn it, Ryder vowed, his strength unwavering. I'll protect my family at all costs. Just then, a howl resonated through the woods, echoing off the trees. It sent ripples of unease through the pack, their instincts kicking into high gear. The hunters, Jackson breathed, his expression shifting from suspicion to concern. They've been tracking rogues. Kayla's blood ran cold. They're here, we have to go, she urged, panic rising within her. Stay close to me, Ryder commanded, pulling Oliver and Kayla nearer. We'll face them together. As the howling grew louder, hunters emerged from the shadows, cloaked in dark leather and armed with silver-tipped arrows. Rogue filth, one shouted, his voice dripping with disdain. You think you can escape? Kayla's instincts screeched, the urge to protect Oliver overpowering. Run, she shouted, shoving her son towards Ryder. I want to leave you. Oliver cried, his voice laced with fear. Kayla's heart shattered at the sight of his trembling form. You have to go, find safety. But Ryder held firm. We won't abandon anyone. The determination in his eyes ignited a flicker of hope within her, but was quickly extinguished by the approaching danger. The hunters advanced, eyes gleaming with malicious intent. "You're not welcome here, rogue," the lead hunter barked, raising his weapon. Ryder stepped forward, a growl rumbling in his chest. "This is my territory. You will not harm them." Fear and adrenaline coursed through Kayla as she felt the electric pull of Ryder's protective aura. "Ryder, no," she screamed, but he was already shifting, his body morphing into a powerful wolf before her eyes, muscles rippling beneath his fur. "Stay behind me," he commanded with a low growl, his voice deep with primal authority. The pack surged forward, fangs bared, but Kayla felt a different kind of fear. She had to protect Oliver. "We need to find shelter," she shouted, glancing at the trees. "Come on, sweetheart." As they turned to run, the chaos erupted around them. Ryder and the pack fought fiercely, a whirlwind of fur and teeth against the hunters' weapons. The night was filled with growls, snarls, and the terrifying whistle of arrows soaring through the air. "Mom," Oliver whimpered, clutching her hand tightly. "What if they get hurt?" "They're strong," Kayla assured him, but uncertainty gnawed at her. She couldn't let her son see fear, she had to be his strength. They darted into the underbrush, the sounds of battle fading as they sought refuge. Kayla found a hollow tree, its gnarled roots offering a semblance of safety. She ushered Oliver inside, heart racing. "Stay here and don't move until I come back," she instructed, her voice firm despite the tremor beneath. "Promise?" he asked, his eyes wide with fear. "I promise," she replied, brushing his curls back, wishing she could shield him from the harsh reality. As Kayla slipped out into the chaos, the weight of her choices pressed on her. She felt the pull of the bond between her and Ryder, the memories of love mingling with the urgency of survival. But doubt lingered, clawing at her heart. Would she risk her son's future for a man who had once left her? The battle raged on, and Kayla ducked and weaved through the trees, anger and desperation fueling her. She spotted Ryder fighting valiantly, the alpha spirit blazing like fire against the darkness of their enemies. "Ryder," she shouted, breaking through the tumult. He turned, his blue eyes meeting hers, a flicker of recognition igniting the air between them. "We can't let them take Oliver. We have to end this," she urged, the urgency in her voice palpable. He nodded, and within that gaze, she felt the weight of their past, their love, and the unknown future intertwined. "Together, then," he said, and with that unspoken promise, they surged forward. The remaining hunters were fierce, but Ryder's pack fought like shadows, relentless and unified. Kayla joined them, her instincts awakening, and she felt the fire of protection igniting within her. As the battle raged on, Kayla's heart pounded not just for survival, but for the love that hung in the balance. Each moment she stole glances at Ryder, the man she had once lost but now found in the midst of chaos. With a final, desperate push, the pack surrounded the hunters, forcing them on the defensive. The tide turned, and as the last hunter fell, silence enveloped the clearing. Kayla stood panting, adrenaline coursing through her veins, as Ryder shifted back to his human form, his powerful frame radiant under the moonlight. "Are you all right?" he asked, a mix of concern and relief flooding his features. "I am," she breathed, but her eyes searched for Oliver. "We need to get him." They rushed back to the hollowed tree, where Oliver waited, wide-eyed but unharmed. "Did you win?" he asked, his hope igniting the embers of Kayla's heart. "Yes, sweetheart," she assured him, pulling him into her arms. "You're safe." Ryder knelt beside them, his presence enveloping them both. "Now we can truly begin again," he said, his voice rich with emotion. Kayla looked at him, feeling the weight of their shared past and the fragility of their future. "Can we really trust this?" Ryder's gaze softened, the warmth of his blue eyes penetrating through her doubts. "The trust isn't too easy, but we can build it together, brick by brick, for Oliver, for us." Kayla's heart fluttered, a delicate balance of hope and uncertainty. "Then we will try. But what if they come back?" Oliver asked, fear creeping into his voice again. "They want tea." "Hush, hush, hush," she was a rogue mother, and the alpha claimed her child. Part 3. The stillness of the forest was a deceptive lull, a calm following the storm of chaos they had just endured. Kayla felt the weight of their narrow escape pressing heavily against her chest, and Oliver's small form nestled beside her offered comfort, but also deep anxiety. "Mom," Oliver whispered, his innocent gaze upturned. "Are we really safe now?" Kayla forced a smile, brushing a curl away from his forehead. "Yes, sweetheart. Ryder is here to protect us. Can't you feel it? She glanced at Ryder, his silhouette strong against the backdrop of moonlight. He was formidable yet softened by the tenderness of his gaze. Ryder, kneeling beside them, nodded solemnly. We will strengthen our boundaries. No rogue or hunter will threaten our family again. His voice resonated with authority, yet there was an undeniable warmth in it. But Kayla's heart remained troubled. Family, she murmured, feeling the weight of the word. What does that mean for us now? It means we reunited, Ryder said, his eyes locking onto hers, unraveling emotions she had fought to contain. It means I will stand by you and Oliver through whatever challenges come. A flicker of hope sparked within her, but it was soon overshadowed by lingering doubts. You speak of loyalty, but will your pack accept a rogue as one of their own? Ryder's jaw tightened, determination hardening his features. They will. I'll make them understand. You and Oliver deserve that. Kayla felt the warmth of Ryder's words, but she couldn't shake the fear gnawing at her. What if there isn't us? I've lived long enough as an outsider to know how they view rogues. I won't let them turn you away, he promised, his intensity causing her heart to race. Yet, beneath his conviction, she sensed a flicker of uncertainty. Could the Silvermoon pack really embrace her and her son? Oliver tugged at her sleeve, his voice brightening the air. Can I see the pack now, Mom, please? The excitement in his eyes was infectious, pulling her momentarily from the abyss of her fears. Okay, Kayla relented, though her stomach churned at the thought. But you must be very careful, Oliver. They read not all like Ryder. As they walked toward the heart of the Silvermoon territory, Oliver ran ahead, his laughter echoing through the trees. Kayla couldn't help but smile at his joy, but with each step, dread settled deeper in her chest. Once in the clearing, the pack gathered again, their eyes wary, flickering from Kayla to Ryder. Jackson was the first to approach, his face still bristled with tension, though he no longer wore the anger that had marked their earlier encounter. Alpha, Jackson said, casting a sideways glance at Kayla. You bring a rogue into our midst. This could risk our safety. Kayla is not our enemy, Ryder asserted, stepping forward with a fierce protectiveness. She is my family now. I won't let fear dictate our choices. Jackson's expression softened, though skepticism lingered in his gaze. Family? What about the pack? You are risking everything for someone who has fought harder than any of us for her son, Ryder interrupted, voice rising with intensity. And I will not stand by while my heart tells me to fight for them. Kayla watched in awe as Ryder's words resonated through the pack, the tension shifting subtly. But the undercurrent of doubt remained. Could they truly accept her? Mom. Oliver's voice rang out, a sweet melody amidst the discord. He stood, thrilled, before a young wolf with fur the color of midnight. Can I play? The young wolf looked uncertain, glancing at Kayla for approval. Is it okay? Of course, but be careful, Kayla replied, her heart racing as she watched Oliver take a tentative step forward, his small hand reaching out to the wolf. She held her breath, waiting for the inevitable rejection, but the young wolf nudged him playfully. As laughter erupted between them, Kayla felt an unexpected warmth swell in her chest. She turned to Ryder, who watched the scene unfold with a mixture of awe and admiration. See, he said softly, his voice low, as if he were afraid to disturb the moment. This is what you've longed for, a place where Oliver can thrive. But at what cost? Kayla asked, a flicker of doubt igniting within her. The weight of her past, the years of being an outsider, felt insurmountable. Together, we'll forge a new path, Ryder replied, stepping closer, their shoulders almost touching. The past doesn't define us, our future does. A shiver raced down her spine at the proximity, stirring emotions she had buried deep within. And what if the past comes back to haunt us? We'll face it as a family, he vowed, his gaze fierce and unwavering. Kayla felt the pull of his promise, the bond that tethered them together, yet fear held her back. Suddenly, the air shifted. A chill ran through the clearing, and a shadow fell over them. From the edge of the forest, a figure emerged, an ominous presence cloaked in darkness, with eyes glowing like embers. Kayla's heart raced, instinct screaming at her to protect Oliver. Ryder, she breathed, panic creeping into her voice. Who is that? The figure stepped forward, a woman with silver hair and a commanding aura that sent chills down Kayla's spine. I am Melis, the seer of the Silvermoon, she declared, her voice echoing through the clearing like a haunting melody. Gasps rippled through the pack, and Kayla felt the weight of dread settle over her. What do you want? Ryder's voice was steady, though tension crackled in the air. I come with a warning, Melis said, her eyes piercing into Kayla's soul. The path you walk is fraught with danger. The rogue mother and her son are not merely outcasts, they carry a fate intertwined with the very essence of this land. Oliver shifted closer to Kayla, his small hand clutching her leg. "What does that mean?" he asked, fear glimmering in his eyes. "It means," Melis continued, "that dark forces are drawn to the bond you share. A rogue mother and an alpha will bring destruction unless they confront their past. You must choose between love and sacrifice." "What are you talking about?" Kayla demanded, her heart pounding. "I only want to protect my son." "The protection you seek may come at a price," she replied cryptically. "The past does not forget, and it will rise to claim what is owed." Ryder stepped forward, his protective stance unwavering. "What do we need to do?" "Seek the Heartstone, hidden deep in the Forest of Whispers," Melis instructed, her voice carrying an air of urgency. "Only then can you confront the shadows that threaten your bond." Kayla's heart raced at the mention of the Heartstone, a mythical relic said to hold the power to mend broken ties. But what would it take to retrieve it? "What happens if we don't?" "Fate will decide," Melis replied, her expression unreadable. "But know this, the love you share is a beacon, drawing forth both light and darkness." As Melis retreated into the shadows, the weight of her prophecy hung heavily in the air. Kayla turned to Ryder, fear twisting in her chest. "What if we fail?" Ryder grasped her shoulders, his touch grounding amidst the chaos. "We will face it together every step of the way. I will not let anything tear us apart again." "Promise," she whispered, vulnerability spilling forth in a way she had long kept hidden. "I promise," he replied, and in that moment, the weight of their shared history intertwined with hope for their future. As Oliver approached, his eyes wide with innocence, Kayla knelt to meet him. "Are you ready for an adventure, sweetheart?" He nodded vigorously, excitement shimmering like stars in his eyes. "Can we find the Heartstone and be heroes?" Kayla chuckled softly, but it was tinged with bittersweet. "Yes, my brave boy, but heroes sometimes face their fears too." With resolve igniting her spirit, she reached for Ryder's hand, feeling the warmth of their connection. "Then let us begin this journey together, for Oliver, for us." As the moon cast its silver glow over the forest, the three of them stepped into the unknown, ready to confront their destiny, armed with the love that bound them together. The path ahead was uncertain, but Kayla knew they would face whatever darkness lay ahead, united as a family. Hash, she was a rogue mother, and the alpha claimed her child Part 4. The moon hung low in the sky as Kayla, Ryder, and Oliver ventured deeper into the heart of the Forest of Whispers. Shadows danced around them, weaving through the ancient trees, as if the forest itself whispered secrets of old. Kayla felt the mix of excitement and trepidation. The Heartstone was said to hold unimaginable power, but the path to it was riddled with uncertainty. "Mom, do you think the Heartstone will really help us?" Oliver asked, his small hand entwined with Kayla's. She looked down at him, his wide eyes shimmering with innocence and hope. "I believe it can, sweetheart, but we must be brave and work together." "What if it is guarded by something scary?" he replied, his voice a mere whisper, as if the forest itself might overhear their fears. Ryder turned to them, his presence steady and assuring. "Then we will face it together. Nothing can harm us while we stand united." Kayla felt warmth spread through her heart at his words. But as they walked, doubt lingered. The seer's warning echoed in her mind, a haunting melody that threatened to unravel her resolve. Could love truly conquer the darkness that lurked in their past? Suddenly, Oliver stopped, tugging at her hand. "Mom, look." He pointed to a shimmering light filtering through the trees. Intrigued, Kayla and Ryder exchanged glances before following Oliver toward the glow. As they approached, the light revealed a small clearing filled with ethereal flowers that glowed in hues of blue and violet. "Whoa!" Oliver exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "It is beautiful," Kayla breathed, the sight momentarily distracting her from their daunting quest. Ryder crouched beside Oliver, a smile breaking through his usually stern demeanor. "This must be the Glimmering Grove," he noted. "Legend says it is a place of healing and clarity. Can we stay here for a bit?" Oliver asked, his voice bubbling with excitement. Kayla hesitated, the weight of their mission pulling at her. Just for a moment, she agreed. They needed to gather their strength for the challenges ahead. As they settled among the flowers, Ryder and Kayla found themselves caught in a moment that felt both tender and charged with unspoken feelings. "You're good with him," she said softly, watching Ryder interact with Oliver. "He looks up to you." "I want him to see a protector, not just the alpha," Ryder replied, his gaze drifting towards her. "He deserves to know what a family feels like." Kayla's heart ached at the sincerity behind his words. "I wish I could be sure that we can build that family together without fear." We will, he promised, his eyes lingering on hers, a silent understanding passing between them. But we must confront our past to forge a future. A sudden rustle in the underbrush interrupted their moment. Kayla's instincts fled, and she turned sharply, scanning the shadows. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her heart racing. Ryder tensed, his gaze shifting toward the source of the sound. "Stay close," he murmured, shifting to a protective stance. As the underbrush parted, a figure emerged, a young wolf with fur as dark as night, eyes gleaming with defiance. "What are you doing here, rogue?" she sneered, her voice laced with contempt. Kayla's heart sank. "We mean no harm, we were just passing through." The young wolf, Lyra, glanced at Ryder, her posture shifting to one of challenge. "You brought a rogue to our sacred grove. You've lost your senses, Alpha." "Lyra, enough," Ryder commanded, stepping forward. "Kayla is under my protection. She and Oliver are not threats." "Not threats, sir?" Lyra scoffed, a gaze narrowing. "You are inviting danger into our territory. What do you think will happen when the rest of the pack finds out?" "Then let them come to me," Ryder growled, the force of his voice slicing through the tension. "Kayla and Oliver are my family now." Lyra's eyes flickered with uncertainty, but it was clear she remained unconvinced. "Family? You think this rogue will be accepted? You are playing with fire, Alpha." "Enough," Kayla interjected, stepping forward. "I am no enemy. I've fought to protect my son, and I am willing to do whatever it takes to ensure his safety." Lyra sneered, crossing her arms defiantly. "And what makes you think we'd ever trust you, rogue?" "Because trust is earned, not given," Ryder interjected, his eyes locked on Lyra. "If you want to challenge that, face me, but I won't let you threaten Kayla or Oliver." Kayla felt a swell of gratitude toward Ryder, but she also sensed the mounting pressure of the pack watching, waiting to see how this confrontation would unfold. "Let Tess hear her out," Ryder continued, his tone firm yet calm. "Kayla has already faced the ultimate rejection. She deserves a chance." Lyra's expression softened slightly, but skepticism still lingered. "And if you fail us, Alpha, if the rogues bring destruction to our lands?" "Then I will face the consequences," Ryder vowed, his voice filled with conviction. "But if you deny them our trust, you may risk losing the bond that could unite us all." Kayla felt the weight of the situation pressing down on her, but Oliver's hand in hers reminded her of why they were here. "We seek the Hearthstone to confront the shadows of our past," she said, trying to bridge the gap between them. "It is our only hope for a future." Lyra studied her, eyes narrowing as she searched for sincerity. "You think the Hearthstone is the answer? It could bring more chaos than you imagine." "I don't know what the Hearthstone will bring," Kayla admitted, vulnerability spilling from her heart. "But I believe it holds the key to healing, for my son, for all of us." A moment of silence hung in the air, thick with uncertainty. Finally, Lyra exhaled, her posture relaxing slightly. "You're brave, I'll give you that." Ryder nodded. "Let us stand together. We'll all journey to find the Hearthstone. If we fail, we will face the consequences together." Kayla felt a glimmer of hope, even amidst the darkness. "Thank you for considering it," she whispered. "I don't thank me yet," Lyra replied, her voice softer now. "You still have to prove yourselves." With that, they continued deeper into the heart of the forest, the path ahead fraught with uncertainty. Kayla felt both Ryder's unwavering strength beside her and the weight of the pack's watchful eyes. As they approached the next clearing, the air shifted once more, filled with an electric charge that sent shivers down Kayla's spine. Ryder halted, and she sensed his instincts kicking in. "Stay alert," he cautioned, his voice low. Emerging from the shadows was Mealy's, the seer of the silver moon, her silver hair glowing ethereally in the dim light. "You seek the Hearthstone, but the path is fraught with peril," she warned, her voice echoing through the trees. Kayla stepped forward, feeling the tension in the air tighten around them. "What do we need to do?" "The Hearthstone is protected by a guardian spirit," Mealy's explained, her gaze piercing through the gathering gloom. "You must prove your worthiness." "What does that mean?" Oliver asked, his innocent curiosity breaking through the tension. Mealy's turned her gaze to him, a softness in her eyes. "It means facing the darkness within and without. The Guardian will challenge your resolve, your love, and your fears." Kayla's heart raced at the thought, a mixture of dread and determination coursing through her veins. "We can face any challenge together." "Then you must go," Mealy said, gesturing toward the path ahead, now cloaked in mist. "But know this, your bond will be tested. Prepare yourselves." As Mealy faded into the shadows, Kayla felt a chill creep up her spine. "Are we ready for this?" she asked, turning to Ryder and Oliver. "I don't know what awaits us," Ryder said, his eyes firm with determination. but we will face it as a family. Kayla took a deep breath, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope. For Oliver, she whispered. Yes, for him, Ryder agreed, squeezing her hand gently. And for us. Oliver looked up at them, his eyes filled with innocence and trust. I am not scared, he declared, his small voice unwavering. With a shared glance that spoke volumes, they stepped into the mist, the path ahead shrouded in uncertainty. But together, they would confront whatever lay ahead, bound by the love and the bond that destiny had forged. As they plunged deeper into the unknown, Kayla could only hope that the Heartstone would not only mend the fractures of their past but also illuminate the path toward a brighter future. The shadows might come, but they would face